A student came in and shared that despite her best effort memorizing everything in sight in her textbook regarding lines and equation of lines, she was able only to get 82, a low B, on her test. She asked me if there's any way she can do better and easier way to deal with the equation of lines. She was pretty frustrated. Well, of course, there's a better way, but you have to change the way you relate to equations. Equations is not something to memorize. It's something to be conquered and maybe something to be played with. Okay, so let's get to it and see if we can help her. Well, the way we're going to do is we're going to reduce this every single test into one case. And before we can do that, let's talk about lines. Lines, equation of lines, or lines of equations, vice versa, is y equal to mx plus b. Nothing special there. B is our intercept, y-intercept. Okay. As a matter of fact, there's a quick way to remember it. M and B, Men in Black, one of my favorite movies with Will Smith in it. So next time when you have a test, your ugly test asking equation of lines, what I want you to do is put a big smile on your face and say, all right, I know what to do. I'm going to translate that into finding M and B. It's this relationship of memorizing, switching from memorizing to investigating, finding M and B, that's crucial to ace a test. First thing first, let's see how we're going to spend the next 2-3 minutes and reduce all the 7 or 8 problems into one case. Solving one case is a heck of a lot easier than solving 8 problems. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to reduce out to one case. And then we're going to use the remaining minutes, maybe just 40 seconds maybe, to solve that one case. Once you can get those 2 under your belt, I'm positive, confident, you can reduce, simplify, and thus gaining your confidence. All right, first thing first, let's go through this test and see if we can get everything reduced into one case, because I think that's majority of the work. The first problem on the test says slope equal to -4, intercept equal to -11. Well, remember y equal to mx plus b, Men in Black. So what we're going to do is stop at second and third is the hard one. Okay. The hard one, not the hard one, pardon me. It's the typical case. And this is the case we're going to reduce everything to. M is given, or we have a way to find M. We don't have B, but we have access to a point, at least 1 point. 4 and 5 has 2 points. Well, with 2 points, we can find M because definition of M using definition of a slope. We don't have a B, but we have 2 points. So ergo, ergo, I don't know where that came from. Ergo, you have at least the 1 point. Thus, 4 and 5 gets reduced. Okay, let's take a little digression. How do we go about with 2 points finding the slope? Slope is changing in y over changing in x. Now here's a little untold secret. The order you're using is not what matters. What matters is you stay within that same order. So if you pick the y1 first, then you have to use the x1 first. Okay, that's what matters. It's not which one you use first. Now once again, we have the M, we're looking for B, and we have 1 excess point. So this is the same as case above. We'll reduce back down to the case above A. Let's call it case A. Number 6 is a line you're given, and you're supposed to do a parallel line, and you have a point. Now here's a little secret. With parallel, it looks like 2 L's, so think of a train track parallel, therefore. When you have parallel lines, they have the same slope. So the slope of the clue they gave you is that they have the same slope. So using the same slope on the line, the M clue equal to M needed. They have the same value. So therefore, number 6, we reduce to the case that we have the M, we're looking for B, and we have a point. So back onto the case A, we reduce it to 2. There is one more favorite one I used to put on a test, love to put on a test, and that's the perpendicular case. When you think the perpendicular German word, I think of, because the two P's in there, I think of the Peter Piper pizza. You put a fork in there, you stick a fork in there, it's a 90 degrees perpendicular. The clue you need to know is the slope they gave you for the line times the slope you need is equal to -1. Now, I remind you here, I don't know how many students lost points because of the minus sign, but because you found this video, you're not going to lose that point. Okay, so m is equal to m times the m clue they gave you equal to -1. So again, in this case, it is reduced back to have m, need b, and now we have a point. So far, every single thing is described and simmered down to that one case, and that one case, summarize it, it's all reduced to that we have m, or have access, have enough clue to find out what m is. We need to find a b, again, many in black, so m and b, and we have a point. Now, this is 90% of work is done. Let's see how we go about solving this particular case, because, like I said, 90% of work is done. We can reduce every single problem on the test so far back into y equal to mx plus b, have m, don't have b, but have a pair of points. So let's load up the test and go back to solve that case A. For this particular one, we're choosing, let's just do number 2. Worth to remind you again or recap, mx plus b, we have m, don't have a b, but we have a point. Okay, so for the number 2, the particular one, we're given m is -2/3, we need to find a b, y-intercept, and we're given the point of 0, -3. Now here's a little secret you may or may not know. All the points on the line share the same DNA. So many in black, the m and b defines all the points, ergo the line. So lines and points are interrelated. Since we're given a point and this point fits in that equation, we're going to work backwards, sort of. We're going to plug the point back into the m equal to mx plus b, and we're going to use that to find out what the b is. When x equal to 0, y is -3. Well, it satisfies that equation, the signature, the DNA, and from there, it's easily solved, b equal to -3. So our equation for number 2 is pretty simple. Just y equal to -2/3 x and plus -3. Hopefully, this solves the dilemma of memorizing lines for you. Hi, this is Dr. Pan recording from Tucson, Arizona. Please share or comment on this video. Together, we can make math easy again.